Oh. All right, check this out. Beautiful, healthy little fish. Got a bit of pink bling. One of the questions that I get asked fairly regularly is, what is it? What's the number one thing that I look for when I'm jack fishing? If I did have to break it down to just one thing, I'd have to say tidal flow. You can see here, these leaves are probably a pretty good indication they're flowing through these snags. That's bringing bait and bringing food to the mangrove jack that are sitting in these snags. So without that, the odds of finding a jack that's feeding is fairly limited. So if I had to pick one thing, I'd say tidal flow. If there's no tidal flow, then I'll quite often leave an area, even though it looks quite good, or at least limit the time I'm in an area where there's no tidal flow. It doesn't mean that, you're not going to get a fish out of there. It's about the numbers and the odds. Fish really attack lures for two reasons, as far as I see it: hunger and aggression. So whether that's territorial or whatever reason, you can put a lure into a snag that's got no tidal flow, and just out of pure aggression that fish may react, but it may not be feeding. The minute you add tidal flow and it's got food coming past, you've got aggression and you've got food. So that's why I say tidal flow is probably the key thing. All right, let's see if we can get one. Oh, I'm just going to say, I thought I saw something there. But I don't think he was alone. I'll hit spot lock. It's a nice jack. A little bit of a quiet start, but this guy got the morning going. Beautiful, healthy hinching jack, just a little under 40, 38 and a half. Beautiful, healthy little fish. Got a bit of pink bling. I'll let him go back. All right, see if we can get another one. I'm not quite sure whether you can make it out or not, but there's a few snags along here, and when I'm talking about tidal flow, I'm not just talking about the current. The tidal flow a little bit out from this bank is creating a bit of a backwater, and this quite often has the effect of gathering bait, and the jack and barra know that, and they'll hold up on snags such as this. There's some fish on the end of this snag here. I don't know what they are, but I don't want to spook them, so if I cast wide of it and bring it past, I'm hoping they might come out to it. And just keep working my way in closer and closer. Oh, there we go. Another jack. Oh, and this, I don't know if you can see that, but there's another one under trying to steal his meal. Look. See if he comes up again. Yeah, he's still there. Aggressive little blighters. Whew, it's a little bit tropical today. If you don't believe me, this is where I'm keeping my my batteries and my GoPro stuff in the esky. They're overheating so quickly. I got to try and get them to start off as cool as possible. All right, let's get going. Well, the tide's well and truly coming in now. It's picked up a bit of momentum from the low tide. These mud flats are starting to get covered, and the tide's pushing all the leaf litter and with it all the bait along the edges of these mangroves. So as they get swept along, mangrove jack and even barra will sit in here waiting to pick them off. So let's see if we can pick one up. All right. Might have been a jack sitting here, but there's a barra sitting here. I don't know whether there was a couple of specks of rain I felt then or not. Might be about to get wet. You see a bit of a storm sitting on top of the range there. More bark than bite by the looks of it, but you never know. Hopefully it stays over there. Well, it might not look much now, but I just outflanked the storm. A couple of changes of underwear on the way, but I made it. It's starting to clear here, so I was keeping an eye on it. I reckon another half an hour at most, and I should be able to get back in. So another pressure point in the tide pushing in over here. Oh, there we go. One of those points had to hold a jack. He's not all that big, but he's a jack. All right, we'll get him back in the water. Back over your snag over there. He's ready and roaring to go. I'm going to fish this side back out of the creek rather than that side. There's no real current flow moving through those mangroves, so while there's probably fish in there, the more aggressive feeding fish are going to be on this side. You can see with the last couple of jacks, although they weren't all that big, how switched on they get when that tide starts coming back in again, really starts pushing. There's another one. What was that? Jack. He's not all that big either, but he's a jack. Oh, there you go. See if we can find a bigger one. Oh, well, that was quick. Game over. Might have been a barracuda. I don't know. It sounded a little bit like a barra, but either way, that's the result. Time to retie. That was a jack. Firm sighting that time. No, just hit hard. A little pup that hit hard. I know these aren't big fish by any stretch of the imagination, but it's only possible to pull 3 or 4 fish out of that one little area because of that tidal flow. That incoming tide's created a bit of a pressure point up against those snags, and it only happens here on the incoming tide, and these guys line up. All right, giving a little bit of, there we go. Sometimes you just got a little bit of tea-bag. Oh, he's got a mate down there. Check this out. That cod is trying to steal that lure out of his mouth. Tide's easing off now, so this will be the last jack of the day. Beautiful hinchy jack, just a smidgen under 40 centimetres. We'll let him go on that beautiful scenic backdrop. All right, catch you later, fella. Check out that, after all the madness of the storm that come through and almost chased me off the water, beautiful end to the day. Couldn't ask for more. All right, time to go home.